Hi everyone, in this lesson, let's solve some cool practice problems on comparison of fractions. So here's our first one. Do you have enough orange juice? You have 11 over 5 liters of orange juice and you need 7 over 2 liters for a party. So you have this much, you need this much. So do you have enough or not? So all we need to do here is we need to see whether what we need is less than what you have. Okay, so we just need to compare these two fractions, 11 over 5 and 7 over 2. So what we'll do is convert them into equivalent fractions with the same denominator. So 5 and 2, the lowest common multiple is 10. So here we multiply above and below by 2 to get 22 over 10 as our equivalent fraction. Here we multiply above and below by 5 to get 35 over 10 as our equivalent fraction. So this is greater than this, and therefore 7 over 2 is greater than 11 over 5. So what you need, 7 over 2 liters, is more than what you have, which is 11 over 5. So you don't have enough orange juice for the party. That's the answer to this first one. The perfect stone. A jeweler is selecting a gemstone for a ring. The 4 over 5 inch stone is too large for that ring. Should they try the 5 over 8 inch stone next, or should they try the 3 over 4 inch stone next? So they have this stone which is larger than what they need, and then they have two more stones, and we are being asked to tell which one should we try, which one should they try next. So we have to find the next smaller stone among these two stones. So let's do one thing. Let's convert all of these fractions into equivalent fractions with the same denominator. So the denominators here are 5, 8 and 4. And if you find the first common multiple or the lowest common multiple of each of these three numbers, that will come out to be 40. So let's convert each of these into equivalent fractions with the denominator 40. So for 4 over 5, multiply above and below by 8, you will get 32 over 40. For 5 over 8, multiply above and below by 5, you will get 25 over 40. And then for 3 over 4, multiply above and below by 10 and you will get 30 over 40. So this stone, 32 over 40 or 4 over 5, is of course the largest, but which one is the next largest? So the next largest will be this stone, 30 over 40, which is the 3 over 4 inch stone, and then the smallest one is 25 over 40, which is the 5 over 8 inch stone. So the answer to this problem would be the 3 over 4 inch stone should be tried next. Okay, order the length of wood planks from least to greatest. So we have 3 planks A, B and C. Here are their lengths: 3 over 6, 5 over 12, 7 over 9. We have to order them from least to greatest. So all we need to do is to compare these three fractions. So we can do that by converting them into equivalent fractions with the same denominator. So the denominators here are 6, 12 and 9. So we find their lowest common multiple. That will come out to be 36. So we convert all of these fractions into equivalent fractions with the denominator 36. So 3 over 6, multiply above and below by 6, you will get 18 over 36. 5 over 12, multiply above and below by 3, you will get 15 over 36. And then 7 over 9, multiply above and below by 4, you will get 28 over 36. Okay, so which one is the least? So this one is the least, that's plank B. Then the next one would be plank A, 18 over 36 or 3 over 6. And then the biggest one will be the plank C, which is 20 over 8 over 36 or 7 over 9 meters. So our order will be B, A and C. Okay, here's our next problem, a baker's dilemma. A baker has 3 same sized containers. Container A has 4 over 15 of the whole container full of wheat flour. Container B is 7 over 20. Container C has 1 over 3 of the container full of cake flour. The same amount is used from each container daily. Which will run out first? So which container will run out first or empty first? Which means which container has the least amount of wheat flour or flour? That's what we have to find. So all we need to do is to find out which fraction among these is the smallest fraction. Okay, so we have fractions with 3 different denominators. Let's just convert them to equivalent fractions with the same denominator. So the denominators are 15, 20 and 3. the lowest common multiple will be 60. So let's convert all of these fractions into equivalent fractions with the denominator 60. So 4 over 15, multiply above and below by 4, you will get 16 over 60. 7 over 20, multiply above and below by 3, you will get 21 over 60. Then we have 1 over 3, multiply above and below by 20, you will get 20 over 60. So which fraction is the smallest? So it's this one, 16 over 60 or 4 over 15, which means that container A will run out first. So that's the answer in this case. Form the fractions to make the comparison correct. So this one is a really interesting problem. So if you want, you can actually pause the video here and first try it out on your own. So what we have to do here is we are given this comparison, something over something is greater than something over 8, and we have to use the numbers 3, 5 and 7 in these boxes to make this statement correct, and we also need to form only proper fractions. So that's the constraint here. So let's look at what could come in this denominator over here. So I could put a 3 here, but if I put a 3 here, I will need to put either a 5 here or a 7 here because those are the only two numbers left, and in both cases I will get an improper fraction, but I need a proper fraction. So that tells me that I can't have a 3 here. Now what if I put a 5 here? So if I put a 5 here, I could either put a 3 here or a 7 here. So I can't put a 7 here because that will give me an improper fraction again. So I'll have to put a 3 here, which will give me 7 over here. So let's see if this comparison is correct. So 3 over 5 and 7 over 8. And is 3 over 5 greater than 7 over 8? So let's see. Let's convert both of them into equivalent fractions with the same denominator. So 5 and 8, the LCM is 40. The lowest common multiple is 40. So multiply above and below by 8, you get 24 over 40. Multiply above and below by 5 here, you get 35 over 40. So this means that this is greater than this, or 7 over 8 is greater than 3 over 5. But here we have the other sign. So this comparison becomes incorrect. And that tells us that you also cannot have a 5 over here. So now the only option that's left is that we put a 7 over here, which means that here we can either get a 3 or a 5. So if I put a 3 here, I get a 5 here, and that gives me 3 over 7 greater than 5 over 8. So that's what I get. But if I put a 5 over here, I get a 3 over here. So in that case, I get 5 over 7 greater than 3 over 8. Now we just have to find out which one of these is correct. And for that, we'll convert these fractions into equivalent fractions with the same denominator. So 7 and 8, the lowest common multiple is 56. So here multiply above and below by 8, you get 24 over 56. And here you multiply above and below by 7, you get 35 over 56. And this is greater than this, but that's not true. So this one is incorrect. What about this one? 5 over 7 greater than 3 over 8. So multiply above and below by 8, you get 40 over 56, and multiply above and below here by 7, you get 21 over 56. So 40 over 56 greater than 21 over 56? Yes, indeed it is, and therefore this is correct. So the only possibility here is that a 5 comes over here, 3 comes over here, and this is the required answer, 5 over 7 greater than 3 over 8. So really cool, right? So that's the answer to this problem. Now that ends our lesson with these problems. Thank you for watching.